So for this video, I'm going to show you how to take a measurement with the Topcon GTS 105 total station instrument. Now I've got the instrument leveled. You can see there from the plate level that it's leveled. The instrument's currently off, and I've got a couple of reflectors set up over here in my window. And the reflector on the left is going to serve as the back sight, and the one on the right is going to serve as the foresight. Okay. So I'm going to set my reference line to the one on the left, set my zero line, and I'm going to set my and I'm going to take a measurement, angle, distance, and all that to the reflector on the right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the instrument. Let me get back in focus here. I'm going to go ahead and power on the instrument, hitting the green button. And let me see if I can zoom in there for you. Turn it off to the side a little bit so that the glare is not so bad. Okay, so I don't think there's any way around the glare. Sorry about that. It's just the lighting in my office. So now you'll see that there's some numbers up here. The V is the vertical angle or the zenith angle. HR stands for the horizontal angle. And I want to show you how to measure both horizontal, vertical angles, and distances, horizontal and vertical distances, and slope distances as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to back sight my, I'm going to center on my back sight point. And let me just set the camera over to the side and kind of show you the process a little bit. So first thing I'm going to do is using the open sight on top, I'm going to line that up with the back sight reflector, and there we go. So I've got it lined up, and once I've got it close, I'm going to go ahead and look through the instrument, look through the eyepiece, and try to get it close to the reflector. And once I get it close, I'm going to focus it and lock the horizontal and vertical motion clamps in place. And now I'm able to see the lines inside the prism, and so I can line up on those lines and get it perfectly centered in the center of the prism using my fine adjustment screws. Okay, so now I'm perfectly centered on the reflector. I'm going to bring you back and show you the screen and show you what I'm doing here. So get you close. So I'm perfectly lined up on the reflector. Bring you into focus. And what I'm going to do is see if I've got the clamp set. So if I push this in any way, it's not going to move. So I'm going to hit the zero set button. It's going to ask me to set the angle to 0. Yes. So now that HR, that horizontal angle, is 0, and this is my reference line. Now, if I want to make a measurement, I can go over. Let me turn like this, and I can go over here to this little triangle button and hit that, and that's going to change my menu here, and it's going to automatically start measuring. So what I've got here is the horizontal angle on top, horizontal distance, and then I've got the vertical distance. So that's the two sides of the right triangle there. And so if I want to measure it again, I'll just hit measure, and once you get that long beep there, that means that's the final measurement. That's your final answer there. Okay, so that reflector is 7.635 feet away from me, and the angle is 0. Now, if I loosen, let me back up here a little bit. If I loosen the horizontal motion clamp and line it up on the foresight point, then I'll be able to measure my angle and distance there. I'm going to have to move the camera out of the way so I can make sure I'm lined up on that reflector. So I'm going to look through there, and I am lined up on the reflector. So I'm going to use my horizontal motion clamp to get dead center. I'm going to use my vertical screw to get dead center vertically. And now you can see that even though I'm lined up on the reflector, the screen didn't change. And so what I'm going to do is hit measure again, making sure my instrument's locked in place. And now the distance to that reflector, the horizontal distance, is 7.690, and the vertical distance is 0.035. Okay, and so the vertical angle, the horizontal angle between the two points is 9 degrees, 24 minutes, and 43 seconds. Now, let's say I wanted a slope distance and a zenith angle as well. I can go through the menu again. So I'm going to push the angle button, and that's going to give me a horizontal angle and slope distance and vertical angle. So the top one is the vertical angle, that's the azimuth. HR is the horizontal angle, and SD is the slope distance. And so if I hit measure again, I'm going to go ahead and measure that. And there you go. So the slope distance is 7.685 feet. That's decimal feet. So that's the basics of how you set up, take a measurement, and find horizontal and vertical angles. You can find horizontal distances, slope distances, and even vertical distances between your station and the point and the point where your reflector's over. So hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.